Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the Random Pick. And I've got my controller and my phone in my hand because we're going to be doing another Siri episode. It's been quite a while actually since I've done the last one. And there's a few different special items in my club, or there's just special items that I want to use. So I've got like about 10 pages of cool stuff in the club right now, which would be pretty fun to stick into a random pick squad. So I will, of course, be letting Siri choose a page and then a player from that page, and hopefully we can get some beasts. So, guys, if you do enjoy, right at the start, let me see that thumbs up button from you. Click it, smash it, do whatever you want to it, like hit that thumbs up button. Let's aim towards 1,000 likes, and if you could sub to the channel if you're new around here, that'd be amazing as well. All your support is greatly appreciated. So let's get into this then. So I've got 10 pages of special stuff. Actually, I'm going to keep it a surprise. Like, once we go through it, you'll see what's on each page and stuff. But first off, I need to ask Siri for, well, let's just get into it. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
9.
9. So going all the way to page number 9, there's probably going to be some untradeable and not that many desirable players here. I mean, they're still alright. There's some still quite nice players there. It will just be quite difficult to link some of them. But let's see who we're going to get, shall we? Siri, please can I have a random number between 1 and 10?
That would be 1.
That would be 1. We're going to be using this Christensen guy. I've never used him. I don't think. I might have brought him on as a sub a couple of times. He's going to be tough to link, I've got to say. I'm probably going to end up using some of my icons in the team now just to make sure that we can link him in. But he is our first random pick player, guys. Let's get on to the next one. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
The answer is 1.
The answer is 1. So the only thing that worries me here, it's lone players, but I know I've got an Aguero with only like 2 games left on him. So is he the only problem player? Matthias has only got 5, but that'll be alright. Maradona's only got 4. I think that would be alright as well. I'm just worried. If we get that Aguero, I think I'm going to recall it because I can't use only a 2-game player. I need to play more matches than that for the random pick. But let's see, shall we? Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
That would be 10.
That would be 10. Okay, we're using Nesta. Definitely not the greatest in the world. But what stats has he got? 72 pace, 94 defending, 86 physical. I think he'll probably be alright. But let's hopefully get an attacking player to finish things off here. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
It's 1.
It's 1 again. Okay, we're going to be using another icon here. Hopefully. Yeah, we definitely will be because I won't be using Aguero. Let's see which one it is, shall we? Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
8.
8 is going to be Bergkamp. Okay, I'll definitely take a Dennis Bergkamp. He could do work for us. He's got really good stats, 90 dribbling, 91 shooting. It does help that I'm probably going to be able to link those two somehow to Christensen. And then obviously maybe another one or another Danish player or something's going to help me in there. That's what I'll aim to do anyway. Do I still have like Laudrup? I don't have Laudrup anymore. Great, brilliant. That would have been useful. But guys, we've got our 3 players. Let me go into the regularly scheduled random pick now. Everything in post commentary. And we'll see what we end up getting up to in today's episode. Right, so as always, we need to create a squad and choose a formation. And I finally made a little workaround so that I could get Christensen into a team on chem in my favourite formation, actually, in the 4-1-2-1-2 second variant. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I figured I would play him as a right centre midfielder, and that is exactly where he's going to go. Right centre back for Nesta, and then right striker for Dennis Bergkamp. So typically the right centre mid actually switches with the cam in a bit of a glitch. So he will be playing sort of centre mid and cam and in between. And this is the squad that I've actually gone with around those players. So I've got like regular Donnarumma in goal. He's known as one of the more like OP keepers in the Calcio A. So I've stuck him in. He gets obviously 2 strong links, one to Chiellini, the other to Nesta. But I've got a right back who plays in the same league as Christensen, an inform who looked pretty good, relatively pacey, and an Alexandra at left back. Like I mentioned, Chiellini comes in at centre back today. I just needed the link out to the left left back, and well, it just so helps that he links to Alessandro Nesta as well, who is our first random pick player today. He's 92 rated, which is extremely high rating for a prime icon, 72 pace, 94 defending, and 86 physical. 6'2" with medium high work rates. To be honest, with the stats like that, I don't understand how and why people don't necessarily like him. But we'll get him in game and test him out. And then I've used another icon here. That's going to help me obviously get like weak links to Christensen all around so that he is on full chemistry. And I've used Prime Rijkaard today. Gone for Wijnaldum at left centre mid, and then of course we have Anders Christensen, who is our second random pick player. 84 rated with 83 dribbling and 84 passing. All the rest of his stats are above 70, so he's actually quite well rounded, but he is only 5'9". I fear that might have a little bit of an impact in how he plays for me today. And then at cam, I've got 88 rated Ericsson. So for Christensen, we've got one nation link to Ericsson, 2 icon links, and then a league link. So we've got a little bit of everything there to get him on full chem. But yeah, 88 Ericsson comes in. Really enjoy him on the game. 93 Harry Kane features up front with Dennis Bergkamp. We hadn't got a huge amount of height or aerial ability in the squad before that. So I figured that would be good to get Harry Kane as like a target man. And of course, he gets that chem link to Christian Eriksen, which is useful. But 92 Bergkamp's our third and final random pick player today. He's got 84 pace, 90 dribbling and 91 shooting, as well as 86 passing, 4-star skill moves, and is normally a really fun player to use. So I was actually quite happy when I saw that he was our random pick player today. Yeah, it's a different team, that's for sure. Like, even trying to get Christensen in, trying to get the Danish man into the squad was a bit of a task, but we've done it in the end. It's not the craziest of hybrids or anything, but it was actually quite an interesting squad to use. So we'll start with the defenders. Like, the right back was a little bit useless, I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't very good, if I'm honest. Yeah, he had a little bit of pace, but his defending seemed pretty abysmal. It was an area of weakness for me, was the right back spot. Alexandra on the other side, absolutely brilliant. You know, you can't complain about him. Same with Chiellini. And what I would say about Nesta is that there were a couple of times where he was incredibly well positioned and made some absolutely clutch tackles, and then there were other times where I was like, God, I wish I just had Eric Bailly in the team, because he's better, or he's at least the same. I don't know. It's weird on FIFA that certain players can just be really good despite having normal stats, and then someone with crazy stats can actually underperform. And that's what I would say Nesta does. He definitely doesn't. He doesn't play to a 92 rating, and he's got some better stats than like Rio Ferdinand's prime. And prime Rio is so much better. It's an odd one. It's definitely an odd one. There are just some players like which don't transition well to FIFA, but I didn't think that was going to be one of them, because when I look at Nesta, his stats are actually all right. I don't quite understand how and why it doesn't really work. Perhaps there's some in-game stats which I need to take a look at, which would affect like certain traits and stuff for a centre back. Yeah, maybe so. But Harry Kane was scoring some goals for me. He did well as a second striker in the team today. Really nice combo. Him and Bergkamp was a brilliant partnership. Would recommend using something like that if you wanted a couple of decent players on the game. Like, high rated versions of Harry Kane are extremely clinical on this game. And then of course, well, Dennis Bergkamp's just a whole lot of fun. We'll get to his goals in a minute. That was the one and only goal that I was able to score with Christensen. Actually a banger, to be fair. Really, really nice goal. Just turns the defender and then actually gets a lovely finish past the goalkeeper. And we're on to the final goals, which are the ones which I got with Dennis Bergkamp, who is a complete beast. He's so good. He actually really is. It makes me want to pick up the full version. Like, I've got the loan here. I've not got that many matches left on him now, but definitely makes me want someone like him in my main squad, because he's genuinely a real solid player. Like, there's one goal in a moment, I think I've saved the best till last, coming up in a couple of goals time, where he just freaking bangs it, and like, it for the longest time it looks like it's going over the bar and then just dips down under. Oof, you'll see it in just a second here, and I think it's this next goal that's coming up. So I pick the ball up, I roulette past the defender, and the defenders are closing me down, but I just absolutely welly it. That's such a nice goal. I reckon the tiniest tiniest millisecond more of me holding the shoot button, and that hits the bar or it goes over. Like, that's about perfection for a shot right there. Absolutely sublime, and it just says everything about the player that Dennis Bergkamp is on FIFA 18. So those were the goals. It's time to quickly run through and talk about the squad in general. Like, no real complaints about Donnarumma. He might be starting to get towards that like stage where there are better goalies than him. There are, you know, but maybe the special version of him is actually good. I've used that before, and it is, I have to admit. Like I said, right back, not so much. You know, very low rated inform, just a little bit of pace. The rest of the defense was solid, especially with Alexandro, Chiellini. Like, they're both very, very usable players on the game. Which then leads me to Nesta, who, for some reason, I mean, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10, which is just a slightly bit above average. Like, for the player that he should be, he performs so average. 3-star value for money, just because he's probably one of the cheaper prime icons, but you're probably paying way more than you would if you just bought an Eric Bailly or something. Trust me, like, it's not necessarily worth it. Bit disappointed, because there are a couple of moments where he was pretty clutch for me, but other times where I just thought, such a waste. But in the midfield, Wijnaldum, not Van Dijk, Rijkaard were both solid. You know, both really good. Like, Rijkaard's an immense CDM, as in the prime version. Christensen's going to get a 4-star value for money and an 8 out of 10. I thought he performed well. The only thing that really let him down, skill moves, weak foot, and the fact that he's only 5'9" with a slim body type, so he seems very, very small in game. But I remember him being super cheap, so, you know, good value for money for that player when he was actually out. Christian Eriksen, can't go wrong. Harry Kane, you just can't go wrong. Both of those players are going to outperform a lot of defenders on this game, where you know, they're going to be able to weave in and out, and then Kane's just super clinical, good in the air and all that sort of stuff. And then Dennis Bergkamp, he's going to get a 4.5-star value for money and a 9.5 out of 10. I'm pretty sure this guy is actually cheaper to go and buy than do his SBC at this point in time, which is great. Again, that's one of the reasons why the value for money goes up. And a 9.5. He performed so well today that he nearly gets that perfection from me. I genuinely love him. If he had a slightly better weak foot, if he had that 5-star weak foot and a tiny bit more pace, I think we could be pushing up towards what is one of my favourite players, or like one of my perfect players on the game. So guys, that's the random pick for today. Do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button if you have enjoyed, and of course don't forget to sub if you're new. Most importantly guys, have a great day, have a great Sunday, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.